This is about Denzel Washington, not about his acting, which is great. No, this is about his perspective. He's probably the only person in Hollywood speaking the truth about so-called race relations. Now, don't get me wrong. He's nobody's Republican. He probably wouldn't have voted for Donald Trump if you paid him. But
for Black people in particular, do you think that we can truly make change as things are right now?
Well, it starts in the home. You know, if the father's not in the home, the boy will find the father in the streets.
Wow, that's hold on, Denzel. I had to show him some love for that one. That right there, yeah, exactly. You'll find some love somewhere else. Trust me on that one. I found my love somewhere else, man. I know I did. I ain't finding no other dude. I didn't find no love from another man figure though. I found that, honestly, I was always a look within type of person, and that's how I found it. I did get into some stuff that should have ended me up in jail though, but not for a long time. Not trying to eat, and that's it. Okay, enough about that.
You know, if the father's not in the home, the boy will find the father in the streets. Yeah. I saw it in my generation and every generation before me and everyone since. It starts in the home. You know, if the streets raise you, then the judge becomes your mother, and, you know, and prison becomes your home.
This interviewer was determined to get Denzel Washington to go BMW. For those of you new to the El Dorado Nation, BMW stands for bitch, moan, and whine, and Denzel Washington wasn't having it.
I want to just ask you, though, about the issue of race relations, because the film touches upon that. Right now, under President Obama, over the last 8 years, in your mind, have race relations improved under his leadership?
You know, race relationships have to do with race relationships. You're white or whatever you are, I'm black or whatever I am. We're standing here talking now. That's how we get things done. You can't legislate love. The President of the United States can't legislate us into liking each other. We have to step forward and ask questions about each other and engage. There's no law that says, oh, because I'm president, you all got to get along now. So it's up to us.
He tried again. Denzel, talk to me about systemic.
Come on, bruh. Larry.
Institutional, structural, foundational, endemic racism. And Denzel Washington wasn't going with it.
There's been so many protests in
Wow.
America, especially during the election. Black Lives Matter movement, for example, and those issues. Has that movement in particular, the Black Lives Matter movement, helped race relations or not in America?
Well, listen, we live in America, and in America we have the freedom to express ourselves. We shouldn't take that for granted. So whatever the movements are, whether you agree with them or don't, they have the right to express themselves. So that's one of the great things about being in this country, that you do have the right to protest.
You see, here's the deal. Denzel Washington is not a victocrat. He knows damn well why so many blacks are involved in the criminal justice system.
But something he's not going to do, something he's careful not to do, is put black people on blast. Because that's the part that gets you in trouble. Can't put black people on blast, bro. Got to find another way to say it. Because he's a man of many words. He can find another way to say it. And I like Larry Elder's BMW thing. But it's just complaining. Like, okay, I'm going to ask you a question to give you an opportunity to complain. Are you going to take it? Are you going to take this opportunity and do what most people would do if they were you? Because they feel like, oh, you asked me that, and I got an opportunity to get up on my soapbox and say something to show that I'm part of the the movement. Oh yeah, I'm part of the movement. But people ain't got to prove that they're part of the movement, man. Just prove that you're just good people, bro.
I read where you talked about your people from Mount Vernon saying that, you know, like they've done like 40 years in the penitentiary together. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, and, you know, incarceration rates in America has been a problem, especially as opposed to minorities. And Roman delves into the issues around the legal system. Do you think we've made any headway in the
I
league?
think it's more important to make headway in our own house. By the time the system comes into play, the damage is done. They're not locking up 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
You know, I was in Chicago a couple of 3-4 weeks ago, and we saw these little kids on bikes with masks on the side of their head, like 5 or 6 of them. And the driver said, "Yeah, they're little yummies." I said, "Who?" He said, "Little yummies. Look up, Google little yummy."
Watch out for them
little
youngins.
yummy was an 11-year-old
Watch out for them youngins. Watch out for them youngins. The ones you least expect. Those the ones who can bow, 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 get away. They gone. They gone. Quick. Somebody come around there and do a deal. Not even paying attention to them youngins that's just riding bikes. You think that they just having fun. Nah, them be the ones that get you got. For real. And it's unfortunate that that's what we're raising up. That's what we're raising up. Like, we're raising up little yummies instead of youngins who gonna be like some real soldiers who gonna do something great in their lives. Nah, we're teaching them that this is the way at an extremely young age. And we're learning it from other coaches too. I've seen other countries, some of the militias, they will have like 10-year-old boys and girls holding huge rifles. Like, just going like, oh man.
Wow.
And you look at his picture, you'll see the headshot of him, and he's like this. And he got murdered at 11 by a 14-year-old.
Wow.
Who's doing life now, and a 16-year-old.
That makes no sense.
You blame the system? Where was his father?
Yeah.
It starts in the house. It starts in the home. And yeah, well, my father got locked up. Well, where was his father?
Yeah.
Where was his father?
And Mr. Washington talked about the friends he grew up with and what happened to them.
Like I did talk about my 3 closest friends, and they did, 15 to 25. One did 28, this and that. I was the only one of the 3 that had a father in my life, even though my parents were together. But I still had a father who was a gentle man and a good example, and they didn't. We can blame the system if we want, but they didn't lock any of us up at 7.
Yeah.
We were all doing enough to get locked up at 13. My parents sent me in another direction. They didn't have anybody to help them, and they kept doing what they was doing.
Now, I'm gonna let you speak in 1 second, Mr. Elder, Larry Elder. And if y'all like this style of content, please do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell, so that next time we post content, you'll be the first to be notified. The environment itself was powerful. It was like an abyss of darkness sometimes. And against Denzel Washington's point, sometimes it didn't matter if you had a father in the home. It didn't matter. Because some of my friends who died early, they had fathers and they had their mothers. Me, I didn't have my father. I didn't have my mother. I had a guardian who was my first cousin who raised me since I was 3 years old. Always been in the system. So it was different. Like you had to make up your mind at a very young age which side you were going to be on, and you had to stand with that. You had to stick to that. You had to stick to it. Me, I was a bully. I was a kind kid, but I was taught to be a bully by my big brother. I was taught to be a bully because in the neighborhood we were in, being that I was a skinny, short guy back then, I didn't get a growth spurt until high school. I was real slim. I'm still real slim. And he knew that he was 6 years older than me. And my big brother is my first cousin too, but I called him my big brother because he treated me like like I was his little brother. But he was the neighborhood bully, and he knew that he was going to be going to college soon or high school soon, and he was really about getting to handling his business, but not with drugs and guns. Any other way but that. And he taught me that. So I guess you can say he was my father figure. But that neighborhood, oh man, you had some decisions to make. And some of us decided to make the wrong decision sometimes, man. But at the end of the day, you're absolutely right. We need to get each other in check first, get ourselves in check. It starts in the home. And that's why a lot of people from my old neighborhood look at me like I done walked away from them or something. Because, bruh, I chose my family first. My family. Yeah. My family before anything. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. As soon as I got a kid that I'm having that bears my name and have my blood running through their body, they are priority number one. I never saw myself having children. My wife did. When she was a young girl, she saw herself having a family. She had dreams of having 5 children and being married. I never seen myself living past 25, so I didn't think that far. I didn't. So I wanted to be a dancer, a singer, a rapper, producer, something like that. Anything just to get up out of there. And when I got up out of there, I was gone. Gone. And then when I was blessed with a family, hey, I had something to live for and something to really, like, not F up again. Like, seriously. And I made sure that I buckled down and I did what I had to do for them. And that's what these youngins need, man. They need purpose.
In another direction, they didn't have anybody to help them, and they kept doing what they was doing.
The formula for success: hard work, focus, commitment, persistence, perseverance, sacrifice, and believing in yourself.
But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. So have dreams, but have goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, daily goals. I try to give myself a goal every day. Sometimes it's just to not curse somebody out. Simple goals, but have goals. And understand that to achieve these goals, you must apply discipline and consistency. In order to achieve your goals, you must apply discipline, which you have already done, and consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days.
Discipline and consistency, just so you guys know, I didn't learn that until I quit my job last year. I promise you. And it's sad, but I played it safe. I got a job. I got nice jobs. My wife always helped me with my resumes. And then when I got my jobs, careers, I did what I had to do in order to look good in the eyes of those who sign my checks and those who can give me raises. And that's it. Had absolutely no discipline. I wasn't setting any goals. But when I forced myself to be in a position where I had to have some level of consistency in order to achieve anything. Because I'm not the type of person to, and I mean no disrespect to anybody who are, because shout out to everybody. Everybody have a place where they're like, every single person in this world that provides a service to a community anywhere are necessary. For me, I always felt like I was different. I always felt not different like I always felt like I was a woman or nothing like that. Nah, I always felt like I was different. I always felt like I was a star. I always felt like I was above the restraints that I once lived in, that I once was surrounded by. So I aimed for more, but I never had discipline. I was lucky. I had talent. Talent always got me what I wanted. If it wasn't talent, it was charm. If it wasn't charm, it was luck. Either way, or it was faith. Maybe somebody was praying for me. I don't know. But I didn't learn discipline until I put myself in a position where I had, the only person that I can believe in was myself in order to make things happen. Then when that happened, I started to become a man. It's sad. I had to wait until I was like 42, 43 years old to really wake up and realize what I need to do in order to accomplish whatever goals I had. And that's when that discipline came in. That's when that consistency came in. I was persistent about starting something, and I was consistent with sticking to it and doing something daily to attribute to whatever successes I was chasing. Y'all didn't click this video to hear that, but everybody got their own time.
And consistency every day, not just on Tuesday and miss a few days. You have to work at it every day. You have to plan every day. You've heard the saying, we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. Hard work works. Working really hard is what successful people do. And in this text, tweet, twerk world that you've grown up in, remember, just because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done.
That's right.
Remember that.
That's
just
right.
Because you're doing a lot more doesn't mean you're getting a lot more done. Don't confuse movement with progress. My mother told me, she said, yeah, because you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere. So continue to strive, continue to have goals, continue
Knowing
to
that all my life.
progress.
Quite a contrast from this.
Being a black man in America
Oh, man.
isn't easy. The hunt is on,
And you're the prey.
and you're the prey.
Minister Society was one of my favorite
All I'm
movies.
saying is, all I'm saying is, survive.
To this,
We all have different talents. Some of you will be doctors, some lawyers, some scientists, some educators, some nurses, some teachers. Yeah, okay. Some preachers. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house I have, not the cars, but it's the joy. That's where the joy is, in helping others. That's where the success is.
He's not lying.
and at the top of Denzel Washington's list of things to do to become successful, put God first.
In helping others. Finally, I pray that you put your slippers way under the bed tonight, so that when you wake up in the morning, you have to get on your knees to reach them. And while you're down there, say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents.
Hello?
Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for
Preach,
humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours. It's how I live my life. That's why I am, one of the reasons why I am today. Say thank you in advance for what is already yours. True desire in the heart for anything good is God's proof to you, sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already. I'll say it again. True desire in the heart, that itch that you have, whatever it is you want to do, that thing that you want to do to help others and to grow and to make money, that desire, that itch, that's God's proof to you, sent beforehand already to indicate that it's yours. And anything you want good, you can have.
That's right. That's true.
So claim it.
That's true.
Work hard to get it.
That's true.
When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one.
Each one, reach one.
Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference.
Go ahead. An
Now,
impact.
Because this dastardly black conservative said good things about Denzel Washington, I hope he doesn't get canceled I don't think he will. I'm Larry Elder, and we've got a country to save. I'll see you next time.
That was pretty daggone good. I enjoyed that. Hopefully y'all did too. Please let me know what y'all feel about this in the comments below. And if you've got to hit that subscribe button, please make sure you do so on your way out the door. Once again, guys, I am Van, and now we are all the LFR family. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video, hopefully inside of the Patreon as well. You guys have been amazing. Love y'all. Bye.